Greetings. This is Elder Blacklight. Young Pharaoh, why did Moses have a hard time civilizing the devil 2000 BC? Because he was a savage. Savage means a person that has lost the knowledge of himself and who is living a beast life. Musa was a half original man and prophet. 2000 BC means before Christ. In the Asiatic world, it was in the 11,000th year. Civilized means to teach the knowledge and wisdom of the human family of the planet Earth. Why did we, that half original man Columbus, discover the poor part of the planet Earth? Because the original man is God and owner of the earth and knows every square inch of it and has chosen for himself the best part. He did not care about the poor part. Columbus was a half original man and was born in Italy, which is southwest Europe. His full name was Christopher Columbus, and the place he discovered was North America. He found the Indians here who are exiled 16,000 years ago from India. They are original people. So the point I'm trying to make is that the original man uh, called himself by many different names. He called upon God by many different names. So the original man is in all parts of the planet, the best parts of the planet. The poor part of the planet was Europe, the Caucasus Mountains, where we uh, exiled or imprisoned the Caucasian. Now, according to this book, the Supreme Wisdom Lesson Book, the when they were exiled, the Caucasian was only here 6,000 years ago. The Indian was exiled 16,000 years ago. So uh, they were at least 1,000 years ahead of the birth of the Caucasian man here in North America. And the Supreme Wisdom Lesson Book is by Master Pharaoh Muhammad to his servant the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for the lost found nation of Islam in North America. This is the same book that Malcolm studied from. This is the same book that he had to learn by heart in order to be in the FOI class. He did not have half of the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't teach him everything. He was a student and was still learning. Uh, he, uh, Brother Malcolm, uh, was misled because of his ego. He had a uh, flaw in his character. Just like you. You got a young Pharaoh. You have a flaw in your character. You ego tripping. You think you got to, you know it. and you allow yourself to be misused by your uh, Caucasian devil friends, and that paper dollar is making you drunk off of power. Now you becoming like a clown, man. You're you're an entertainer. You're not a scholar. You're a great entertainer, and and you know, I'm not saying this because you know I'm upset with you because you're making all these false accusations about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad because you're a brother, but you're acting uncivilized, and it's the duty of a civilized brother to school and to civilize the uncivilized. You've been hanging around those beast-like people, and only thing you got on your mind is fighting, and you want to war all the time. You want to you got a warrior spirit, but you're warring against self, man. When you war against a beautiful black man like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, telling these young brothers and sisters lies because they are naive to the fact of the technology of the Caucasian and the lies that he tell. And when a brother have a charismatic personality such as yourself comes on the scene and has a large following, you know Mr. Devil's gonna knock at your door and hand you a script, just like they did Malcolm, just like they did Wallace D. Muhammad, Wallace Wharf D. Muhammad, just like they did so many other brothers that were in the Nation of Islam that were under the payroll of the FBI, CIA, and you don't know Malcolm. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I was born in the Nation of Islam. Back in the 40s, my mother was an MGT, and her brother, one of her older brothers, was the youngest out of three brothers, uh, was a very close friend of Malcolm's here in Detroit. And my mother worked alongside of Malcolm in a restaurant, and they used to talk all the time. My mother knows Malcolm's whole family. My mother's deceased now. May the peace and blessings of Allah be with her. But I was getting the teachings while she was carrying me. And she joined up in 1940, around 40, 47, 48, somewhere around there. I was 2 years old. And I got some things that I could share with you that I overheard them talking, and things that I asked my mother and my uncle directly. My uncle used to talk to me constantly about Brother Malcolm, especially when he was assassinated. So all your information, whoever you getting your information from, they don't know this. If if I decide to inform you about this, if someone gives you this video or informs you of this video. Also, the youngest brother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was my minister here in Detroit. We called him the Supreme Minister John Muhammad, the spiritual and blood brother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he shares things with us about Master Pharaoh and his brother, some things about Malcolm and some things about Minister Pharaoh. So, you know, your information is beyond secondhand information. It's about maybe seven-hand information or nine-hand information. It's down there. It's diluted and polluted. So, you know, I'm gonna get back with you, young brother. I hope you don't be offended, or I hope you, you know, to go and check out what I'm saying. But I know you might could get a hold of this book right here. But maybe you don't believe that Master Pharaoh Muhammad, Allah came in the person of Master Pharaoh Muhammad. Whatever, that's your prerogative, brother. But you don't know that much about Elijah and Malcolm, and even the Moors, for that fact. The Honorable Marcus Garvey and the Honorable Noble Drew Ali, they were just some brothers trying to wake our people up, you know, and they just didn't have the kind of information or the kind of knowledge of our people that Master Pharaoh Muhammad, Allah in the person of Master Pharaoh Muhammad, came and gave to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Black light.